It appears that what people are going to be arguing about over the Christmas dinner table this week is the stimulus bill, Trump's recent announcement that he wants Congress to fix it because he wants more money per person from like $600 per individual to $2,000 and $4,000 for a couple. And then Nancy Pelosi's response, hey, let's do it. And then the subsequent chaos on the national media scene. And so before you waste grandma's recipe for your favorite cookies by throwing them across the table at somebody you can't agree with, or maybe into the computer because you're doing a Zoom Christmas, I don't know. It would behoove all of us to just see why we may have such divergent talking points when it comes to these particular issues. And I figured I may just, as a public service, show a few different clips of the national news scene just so that we can see why sometimes we are arguing divergent realities. Or perhaps you're somebody who was watching the Christmas star the other day, a couple days ago, when I think it's Jupiter and Saturn were close enough together and close enough to us that they look like one star, really big in the sky. Maybe you're hoping that a Jupiterian left in a time-space travel object and is going to be here before the end of the year and take over the world, and things will look very different in 2021. I don't know. But wherever you stand, there are links in the description for how you can support my work. Of course, it always helps if you like, share, make sure you're subscribed, and definitely leave me a comment in the comment section. I can't show you all these clips in their entirety, obviously for copyright reasons. I'm just picking a few different talking points. Let's start with CBS News, actually, after the deal was reached before Trump's announcement.
We know that the president, Paula, really didn't have a whole lot of involvement in these negotiations. He sort of stepped back from a lot of things in the last few weeks. So this is really Congress sort of hammering it out into the wee hours of the morning.
So you basically hear them say in the entirety of the clip that Trump wasn't involved. And then we're going to watch CNN where it's basically like Trump's people were involved and they argued down the money.
The Democrats, as you know, always wanted more money in the checks. It is his party and, frankly, Trump's own staff that bargained down the eventual amount.
Okay, so you hear Chris Cuomo say, hey, if you wanted to do something, why did you guys argue for $600 in the first place? That the Democrats always wanted more. It's your people that wanted less. So what are you doing here? You're just holding the American people hostage when they need important relief. Now listen to this.
We were basically around where we are now last summer, but Nancy Pelosi refused to negotiate on this deal. I mean, there's no other way to look at it than to assume that she simply did not want anything to pass before the election, because she now got the same deal she wanted then, basically.
Right.
And she called roughly around $600 pathetic when it came to the tax cut. Now she says it's a substantial amount of money.
Okay, so you watch Fox News Channel, and it's Nancy Pelosi's fault because she wanted to hold the stimulus bill hostage so that Trump wouldn't win the election. There are some who may argue, though, that McConnell is to blame. Like, this is a headline from a little bit ago. Let's see, October 20th, 2020. McConnell warns White House against making stimulus deal as Pelosi and Mnuchin inch closer. So is it McConnell? Is it Pelosi? Now watch Rachel Maddow.
The president is threatening to veto the COVID relief bill. It took 9 months to get this bill. For all of its shortcomings and all of its failures, it's the only help the American people have had.
Interestingly, my last video was about how for as long as this has taken, why haven't the majority of people in Congress, or basically all of them, not even the majority, read the entire thing? They have all been complaining, basically, that it was handed to them last minute and that nobody had time to really comb through the details. So that's why I'm not even going to come out here and say, like, hey, I know exactly what's going on, because they don't even know what's going on. So that's just another sort of PSA, I guess, that when you're barking at your loved ones over these issues, let's just all get real that there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. If the people that are the closest to this material are being held out of rooms where like 4 people are making decisions for the rest of us, it may behoove those of us who are sort of, ready to unfriend grandma on Facebook to just chill out for a second and let's try to do the best we can to understand the material, but recognize that the media we're consuming puts us in a position of antagonism and fear oftentimes, and that creates, well, Just listen to the beginning of this Today Show package, okay?
Christmas week chaos.
All right, are you scared? Christmas chaos. Christmas chaos. That's what we're all expecting. So I'm going to leave you with something fun, because this was my favorite tweet. This is Kyle Kulinski, host of the Kyle Kulinski Show. He calls himself populist left commentator. He writes, in response to Lindsey Graham's tweet, so Lindsey Graham's tweet was, appreciate the fact that Speaker Pelosi supports President real Donald Trump's idea to increase direct payments to $2,000 per person. The American people are hurting and deserve relief. I know there is much bipartisan support for this idea. Let's go further. And Kyle writes, LOL, these idiots have no idea how to respond to it when daddy goes rogue. And then my favorite response to that is, yo, you think we can get these people drunk enough to give us 10K? So I'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. If I don't see you beforehand, remember, don't throw grandma's favorite pie at that brother that you've unfriended or at the computer. Computers are expensive, and you can't replace them with a $600 check. Maybe with a $2,000 check, but we don't know if that's actually going to come. Let me know what you think about all of this mess in the comment section below. What do you think the government should do? Do you think Trump's bluffing? Do you think he's telling the truth? What do you think about Pelosi's response? I want to hear about it. Remember, make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, share this video if you think it's worthy of that. And again, links in the description for how you can support my work. I'll see you next time.